Guns are not the issue. People behind the gun is the issue. Hey everyone, how you doing? My name's Tim, and after what happened in Orlando, Florida last Saturday, we got this big topic about guns again. Yes, guns again. The certain gun this guy had shooting those poor innocent people. My heart goes out to those people down there in Orlando, Florida. It really does. It really does. And I just can't believe that, nobody in the club was armed themselves. That way, this wouldn't have happened. Wish they would have been armed, but they wasn't. My problem is that it's not the gun's fault. It's the person behind the gun's fault. That person that had that gun should have had a good background check before he was able to get that gun and buy it. These gun places are not doing a good job. They are not doing a good job. Well, he could have bought it off the street from somebody selling it. Now, do they do background checks to see if you are a good felon or something like that, or if you're a terrorist or something like that? Do that people like that ever check? No, they don't. They're gonna want that money. They ain't gonna care if you're a terrorist or a bad person. They're gonna want that money. What if these terrorists or something goes through that way? We can't stop them now, can we, people? No, we can't. We cannot stop them. And they're trying to put the stop on them from getting something like this at your gun places. Well, they can go through a loophole and go a different way. Yeah, go through a different way and still get a gun. And it ain't going to stop them. Their strategies ain't going to work. I tell you, their strategies is not going to work. And I know these gun places need to really do good background check on somebody. Make them go through like a metal process that to see if they're stable to have a gun. Yeah, to have a gun on them. That's what these gun places need to do first, instead of selling a gun to somebody. Make them go through tests and things and see if they're mentally capable, and ask them, well, why do you want a gun? Is this your first gun? And they'll say, yeah. And try to figure out, well, why do you want one in the first place? And that should raise a red flag. Yeah, it should raise a red flag. Don't any of you agree that they should do really a metal background check on somebody before they're able to have and own a gun through these gun places? We had a situation here in our town at a local firearms store that somebody put two gun shotguns down his pants. Yeah, and took them. Now, where were these people at when this was happening? Wasn't they watching good or what? And he gets away. Does Any of that scary any of you now? I'm sure it will. Yeah, I'm sure it will. That somebody can walk into these gun places and steal a gun. Ha! Yeah, steal a gun and not get caught. Something's wrong, huh? On that. It just blows my mind away how somebody could have went in there into a firearms place, put 2 shotguns down his pants, and get away with it. But let me tell you all something. Guns is not the issue. It's the person behind the gun. They're going through a mental problem, a terrible problem that they shouldn't really own a gun and have a gun on, have a gun on their possession. And I think what these places should do, if somebody does go through these firearm places, that they need to have a mental background check every 5 years on them. Every 5 years to see if they're still stable and able to own a gun. That's what my take on this thing is. Yep. That's what I look at it. That what should be happening. That, every gun owner should go through that. And have it like every 5 years, have them go and go through like a mental test and see if they're still capable of owning one and stuff like that. 'Cause, a lot of people do go through a lot of stress. Yeah, and they get a lot of anger in them. It could be the medication that they're taking, or they could be on some kind of certain drug or things like that. And we never know. We never know. We never know. It's just like I don't know how many of you heard on the news a couple years ago about some police officer at a movie theater, and he had his gun on him and shot somebody in the movie theater over something. I can't remember that. I'm sure a lot of you remember that story. And it's sad that, we all go through stuff like that and get really upset. And, there's people out there that go through anger problems out there on the road that they have a gun on them and get mad at somebody because they're driving wrong and go up and point a gun at them and things like that. It's like, oh my God. Those are the ones that don't need a gun, that need to be checked in the head. But they don't. That's what these gun places need to do. Yeah, these gun places need to make someone go through a mental procedure to see if they're capable and mentally stable to own a gun and have a gun on them. And like I say, what they're talking about is if a terrorist is on this watch list and a no-fly list and things like that he can't have a gun on him. Well, what is going to stop him to look online to buy it? Yeah, look online to buy it. Yeah, to buy it. They're not going to check it. Oh, no, are they? No, they're not. No, they're not. Or what if somebody's out there on the street and trying to sell some assault weapon or some kind of weapon to them? Is that going to stop them? No. That person's going to want the money. And if they got the money, they're going to take it. These terrorists can go through a lot of loopholes. Yeah, a lot of loopholes. And they're just ending up doing it wrong in the first place, and and still not going to get caught for it. Yeah, still not going to get caught for it. But like I say, guns are not the issue. It's the person behind the gun is the issue. Yeah. So I hope everyone agrees with me that guns are not the issue. People behind the gun is the issue. And you know what? Thing that really disturbed me about last Saturday was when, all these police officers showed up there and they showed on the news, a whole bunch of them and everything. Is what the heck was they out there in the first place for? All these officers with weapons and guns, and why didn't they go in there and start shooting the man and make it and have it come to an end? Why was they out there for in the first place? It just doesn't make sense. That they're supposed to be protecting us and everything, and they let this guy be in there till what, 5 in the morning? They said. Why didn't they go in there sooner? What took them so long to go in there soon to get the guy? It just doesn't open my mind there one bit. They're supposed to be protecting the law, and here they are. They have the right to have a gun on them because they're protecting us, and they're standing out there gabbing blah 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 blah, and doing all this and that, trying to figure out how to go in there and get the guy. Well, just go in there. You got guns? Sure, he ain't gonna start shooting at all of you officers. Sure, y'all can fire back. But yeah, I tell you, it's crazy. It's crazy. But like I say, they're never gonna stop these terrorist people. They're never gonna stop these terrorists. Believe me, they will never stop them. Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this. And y'all take care and have a good one. And I'll be talking to all of you real soon.